Let's fight some oil pipelines, shall we? I'm Hanniah, the red-headed activist, and I'm here to amplify a message from the Lakota People's Law Project to help the Wet'suwet'en land and water protectors. I originally received this message as an email titled The Canadian Standing Rock. It's written by Chase Iron Eyes. While I'm spreading their message, please remember I'm an ally here. I'm not Indigenous myself, nor do I legally speak for any of these people. I just want to help. I want to uplift their voice. I'll save all, if any, personal commentary for after the reading or in separate videos. For the most part, I'll be quoting the email directly to you. I'll also try to use captions and image description to make this video more accessible for blind and deaf people. When I need to switch between narration and quotation, I'll say it directly. In the meantime, here is what Chase Iron Eyes had to say. And I pull that up. Dear friend, if you've been with us for some time, you've witnessed our struggle at Standing Rock to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline and the Anishinaabe resistance to the Line 3 pipeline. You've been a friend to us, and you've come to know many Indigenous water and land protectors fighting for our sacred lands and waterways. What you may not know is that for years, our Wet'suwet'en relatives have undertaken a similar struggle in their own territory to our north in what we now call Canada. They need our attention and support too. Before I move on, I'm going to narration time. Before I move on, I'm going to describe a couple images here. This first one is the Lakota People's Law Project, or their logo banner, rather, as just a sort of a heading for the email. I don't know font names well enough to tell you what font it's in, but on the right side there's a very nice looking text stating simply the title, Lakota People's Law Project, and centered on the left of the banner is an image symbolizing the group. I describe it as a 7-pointed star with a white circle inside, and then a smaller circle inside filled with an Indigenous artwork pattern that I have no idea how to properly explain. Either way, the second image is shows a group of heavily militarized police in different uniforms, but all excessively armored up for no good reason. There's an attached caption that's very apt to the situation. It says, "Militarized enforcement against our Wet'suwet'en relatives by Royal Canadian Mounted Police looks all too familiar to those of us in the anti-pipeline movement." And again, I say that while trying to look at the camera, like I've got my face cam up while I'm reading that. In any case, back to quoting the email, it says, "On Friday, Royal Canadian Mounted Police raided an Indigenous-led blockade with dogs and assault rifles. They arrested 2 journalists and at least 13 others at the front lines, the latest in a series of arrests dating back to 2019. The Wet'suwet'en are doing all they can to stop construction of TransCanada's 670-kilometer Coastal GasLink pipeline, because a third of this pipeline would cross their homelands on its way to a facility in coastal Kitimat. Wet'suwet'en hereditary chiefs have refused to give consent for the project, and, crucially, they have never signed a formal treaty with the provincial government or relinquished their land. Much like our #NoDAPL, #No Dakota Access Pipeline fight, this is both an environmental and a sovereignty issue. The Wet'suwet'en are also attempting to protect sensitive headwaters. In September, they put out a call for support, and this newsletter is an amplification of that call. I ask that for now you please visit their page to get more up to speed. As we go forward, the Lakota People's Law Project will keep our eyes on things, and just as so many did for us at Standing Rock, we'll stand with our First Nations relatives in the best way we can. Whoopi Latonka, thank you for supporting our struggle against big extraction. Signed, Chase Iron Eyes, co-director and lead counsel of the Lakota People's Law Project. That's most of the email I'm narrating now. There is a third image that is a decorative link to the donation page for the Lakota People's Law Project, just as part of the signature. The image is effectively a silhouette of two people horseback riding down on a hill with a beautiful white and blue centered sun in the background, and above the donate today caption in the middle is the line that your support makes justice possible. Also, at the end of the email is the Lakota People's Law Project mailing address, which is 547 South 7th Street, number 149, in Bismarck, North Dakota, zip code 58504, zip code extension 5859. And lastly, the 2 bits of legal text. The Lakota People's Law Project is part of the Romero Institute, a non-profit 501c3 law and policy center. All donations are tax deductible. If you believe you received this message in error or wish to no longer receive email from us, please unsubscribe. I'm not going to unsubscribe. I want to help you guys more. In any case, that's the whole email, and I'm speaking for myself now. There were at least 3 important web links included in that email. I'll ensure those links and any other information appropriate is accessible in appropriate spaces wherever I'm posting this content. So on YouTube, it's going to be in the description. In Instagram, I think there'll be enough space in the description. Some spaces I might have to post it into comments or just direct you to my link tree or whatever. As Chase Iron Eyes said, please visit the Wet'suwet'en Land and Water Protectors website and consider helping fund their work and the work of the Lakota People's Law Project. Sorry, I lost my script because I was trying to switch the camera around. I'm also planning some companion videos where my goal will be to update you on any information I receive about the fight against the coastal GasLink pipeline and other big extraction attacks. I really need to get back on the mining project that by Domingo that was attacking the wow, I really need to get back on that. I also will try and do some work to clarify any unclarity on the importance of this fight. However, that's it for this video. Thank you for your time. From Hanniah, the Red-Headed Activist.